Good morning. I told y'all my schedule crazy. I done got up, cleaned up the kitchen, wiped the bathroom down. I said, I'm gonna see what they doing. I'm up in the middle of the night. Here we go. So I don't know what this is. Yeah, it's on 1:44. Why are you up at 1:44? You should be sleeping. Why are you up at 1:44 is what I want to know. Why is y'all up at 1:44? Y'all should be sleeping. Well, go on and lay down. Don't use me as an excuse to be tired in the morning. Go on and go to sleep. It's recorded. Y'all know it. Why is y'all up? Go to sleep. Wow. You know what? I'm at work. Oh, okay, the folks at work, okay. But you folks that gotta get up and go to work, y'all better go to sleep. Being nosy. Uh-huh. I know you my family member. I know y'all my family members. Because, honey, listen. I'm up. I didn't have me a nap. I ate them beans, baby. I already knew what was going to happen. I ate them beans and got in my bed, and the TV was watching me. That's what was happening. You at work? Okay, well, y'all have a amazing evening at work. I'm at work, too. So I guess I'm at work with y'all. It's only 10:45, baby. Listen, them beans was so good. I made two little cornbread loaves, baby, and got in that bed and was calling the cows, sheep, and the ducks home, honey. You not sleepy, retired, always up late. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I don't be wanting to be. I just woke up. I've been under the weather these last 2 days. I'm off tomorrow. Good job. Uh, you got some herbs and stuff and taking some honey and all of that stuff. Did you test to see if it's the bug that's going around? Did you? I need to go to bed, but I'm just up scrolling. Yeah. Okay, so look, y'all want to do a challenge this week or no? Who's up for a challenge this week? I already know I'm gonna have to go make me some coffee and get water. I didn't get none of that. I just woke up and was doing what I had to do. My kid was sick before me. She got tested. It was negative. Well, they said one of them, nephew, ain't showing up on the test. You saw that. They said one of them isn't registering, but it is. It's just a mutated version or something. So, just y'all be, that's why Auntie don't be moving around nowhere. I just want to ask y'all, and I know I ask y'all all the time because sometimes I can't believe it myself. Do y'all think it's crazy though that I kept saying I don't want to travel because them keep telling me a whole bunch of people about to be not feeling well? Y'all remember? This was earlier this year, and I was like, mm-mm. I said, yeah, no, I won't be doing it. I just feel like I don't need to be in large crowds. And what are they saying about the large crowds? I said, I don't want to be on no planes. I don't know, y'all. I just don't want to be. I don't want to do it for whatever reason. I just don't feel comfortable. Something keeps telling me people not about to be feeling good, and now people is not feeling good. Mm-mm-mm. That's the one reason I am grateful for the gift of prophecy or being able to see farther down the line. Because, baby, it be feeling like right now for me, but it be for later. Yeah, I stopped traveling for the same reason. Listen. I said, God, thank you for telling me beforehand. Because the news, baby, we might not get it till a year later messing with them. I need you to talk to me. I need you to tell me what's going on, honey. I don't care how crazy it sounds, Dad. Please tell me. Please. I do not want to be walking around here asleep. You hear me? You are the gods. Oh, well, if that's, I mean, I don't know if you know what happened to the first people that said that, but I mean, go ahead if that's what you like to be Honey, this is the world where you can be, if you want to be a frog, you can. You know, you could be trans animal if you want. You could be whatever you want. Yeah, I say if that's what you want to do, you do it. You must not look up the mud flood giant son. They called themselves gods too until it was 33,000 feet of water in their face, hot water. And they was hopping on dinosaurs and stuff and trying to fly above the water that was coming up from the ground and down from the sky. I mean, I don't know if I want to be classified with those kind of folks, but I mean, if that's your thing, honey, you go down there to mama's house, you can make your shirt that says we're the gods. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue this with you. I don't give a damn. You're not getting my drift, huh? If you want to be a god, baby, you can be a god. You're not gonna get an argument about it. I just said if you want to be a frog, you can. All right, honey. I said find something to do. You looking if you to argue about whatever you believe is down the hall to F. You're gonna pass an I first, and then a G, and then an A, and then an F. Right down there. You're gonna go past all those classes and then turn left. That's where you'll find those guys. Okay? Hi, Auntie. I don't know if that'll do it or what, but evening and morning, everybody. It's too early and it's too late. I don't know which one, whichever one it is, depending on your. Uh, right. I just woke up. I done washed my dishes. I'm feeling successful. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Good morning, everybody, and good evening. Yeah. Y'all see why I used to be like, cause y'all, this why I can't be around people. But do you see how quickly it flows out? And I be trying to hold in, but then I have to say it in a nice way. But did you get it? Y'all felt that? You felt that? How nice that was? You got to go past IDAF and turn right there at F. You see how smooth that was? I didn't have to get aggressive or nothing. You see? And this is why people used to be like, wait, what did you say? Yeah, right there. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't care. Very demure. Very demure. You hear me? What else you need? Tell me. So proud of you. You're doing so good. Thank you, Auntie. Because guess what? I'm trying. You still here? Do you have a woman? Is she laying next to you with thick thighs in a beautiful warm space that's called heaven on earth? Because if she is, I'm just wondering why is you in here trying to argue with a lady that don't know you? Because baby, if I had some triceps and biceps in my bed, I would not be worried about arguing with a woman I ain't never gonna see or a man I ain't never gonna see. I be wondering why y'all be trying to argue. You realize you getting on my damn nerves. And I know some men like to irritate people and see if they can get under people's skin, but none of that is attractive to me. When I've already told you I don't really care about what you want to talk about, and you stay in my class and be irritating you like a gnat or a stalker. I don't know which one you want to be, but both of them I'm going to swat at them. I say if you feel that, go teach it on your TikTok and not mine. That I don't know what else you want me to say. Since the only way you know how to get attention for a person negatively. Thank you. God damn. And then people wonder why they don't want to have a conversation because you're not even listening. You just want to be heard. It's mind blowing to me. Lucky you said I've learned not to go into somebody live and start talking because maybe I need to remember. Thank you, Angel, to put this up here, David. When we start, I'm gonna start just hanging this on the thing so folks can read the damn rules right here. Do not try to teach my class and do not come in asking what we are talking about. Scroll up or just damn listen. Use your manners. I'm not arguing with you about nothing. Get disrespectful and get blocked. My favorite is if you know it all, go teach on your own page because that's what you got. You got the same camera I got. You got the same. You could go and tell your tribe what they need to know. Why is you over here in my tribe trying to tell them? I'm not trying to argue with you, but it be them. It's these. This right here, and the fact that sometimes I'm not easy on the eyes. That's the only way they know how to get attention is negatively. Baby, I done been all over this United States. I done seen it all. The foreigners and everybody. You niggas be too damn aggressive. When a woman says, "Can you please leave me alone?" you do not get closer to her. You walk away. She say no, you take it and go. Please don't talk to me. You keep it moving. She's not being cute. She wants you to move. Hell, don't be an idiot. Now, tell me y'all not starting to see people's character. I know you pay more attention to that and you see who was the kid that used to just be screaming out for attention from their parent and the parent would ignore them. You can see it, can you? Now that we've been studying this for a while, hopefully that's one of the things you learned here. You you can see it and you'll be like, you is not at home. And I can tell you didn't get a lot of hugs and affirmation and support and stuff, but you don't gotta come over here messing with my day because you an idiot and grouchy. Go away. You see it every day way too often. And you be like, wow. And you think but no. You are a 50-year-old kid. Your emotional growth stopped about 6, and you filled it with a whole bunch of other stuff. Because when you happy, you don't gotta be aggressive. If you wanna be hurt, you ain't even gotta do all that. Drop the knowledge and let them go looking for it. Whatever you believe is whatever you believe. I just be trying to figure out why folks don't want to teach it on their social media. You want to come into somebody else's. I'm not here to argue with people. just want to teach what God want me to teach, and that's it. That's all. It don't be the new generations. The young people listen. It ain't the young. Do you know how many young people we got? It is not the young people, baby. That's not the problems. It don't be the young. Our nephews and nieces. I'm talking about all the way down to 2 and 5 years old. Now they listening. It's the old people. The people that should know way damn better than to be doing most of the stuff. It ain't the young kids. These young kids is looking for information, baby. They're listening to everything. It is the old set in your ways. You think everybody, you gotta shove something down somebody's throat. Nah, these young folks is on it, honey. They're moving quicker than the old people. You have a larger audience, so they want your audience to hear what they have to say. I'm seeing it, auntie. But it's been here, and that's why I be like, listen, this is not that place. If you want to come and have great conversations, laugh until you pee, be able to put your friends on to some real game, you know what I'm saying? Something that's going to actually make their life better, or your family members, or even yourself. If you want to get to know people from all around the world and listen to experiences that might connect with your own so that you can see something great, like, you'll love it here. But if you just want to battle information, you are going to absolutely hate it here, because we don't do that. We don't give a damn. You said young people don't know. Maybe the young people that are around you don't know anything, but honey, let me tell you something. The young people here, very intelligent. As a matter of fact, they be putting old heads on. And doctors and lawyers and all kinds of people. So you'll not speak for the masses. You'll just speak for the ones that are around you. That's not true around here. No. How many young folks we got? They probably get ready to go to sleep. But our nephew that just said he just woke up is 27, and we got 19-year-olds, 17-year-olds that's putting doctors and all kind of people on, Punky. I don't have to listen. Okay, I'll show you proof. It's called CERCA TROVA. There we go. Jace, you 27, right? And Deja and all our other ones is 19 and 17. Fucking listen, I don't gotta show you proof. If you, maybe the ones around y'all, because y'all not talking about nothing, but my young folks is on it. 25. Oh, Jace is 25. We got 28. Deja just turned 21, I think, or she about to be 21. We got a lot. And hell, we got them younger than that. 9 and 6 sneaking in class. We got them all the way up to 80, baby. Listen here, honey. From the womb to the tomb, baby, we got them. Literally. It's some babies that grew up. They mamas was pregnant when we first started. They done had 2 kids since then. What you mean? And they know they TT Circle. Everybody's life ain't the same. But you got to have something to put in them. They don't want to hear that old jive turkey stuff. That ain't telling them nothing. They need to hear some stuff that's going to help their life. And when they do, they listen. And they act. Everybody ain't a crash out. Anything else? Lord, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. Listen, go away. I don't know what is wrong with these whole grown-ass niggas that be up trying to argue with chicks they don't know, but you evidently are not near no coochie. Or not no good kind. Because it's 1 o'clock in the morning, nigga. You need to be laid up, smash on the back or something. Not arguing on the internet and being a keyboard warrior with a coochie you'll never get close to. Y'all be doing the wrong stuff. Y'all be up thinking about the wrong things. I'm trying to tell you. Baby, because if I hit some meat in my bed, baby, I would not be up arguing with nobody on no internet, honey. Y'all be at the wrong places. You can't have nothing good next to you, baby. I'm going to need you to get off my line. Hell. Oh, God, I just came on here to say hello. That's it. That's all. Like, where is the crazies out? They are out. Hell. I just be trying to figure it out. Legs. Auntie be tired of, you hear me? They be trying to pick the wrong fights with the wrong people. Everybody do not care about your opinion. I keep telling you that like booty holes, and if you don't clean it, it don't smell good. Like they attitudes. I mean, go away. Now, damn, we trying to have a peaceful midnight conversation, and y'all want to argue. Don't nobody got a auntie. Come get these people. Auntie, can you come get these people, please? We just trying to have a peaceful midnight class, and folks want to wake up and argue with folks they'll never meet. What is wrong with you? You don't have nothing better to do with your 1,440 minutes a day but argue with strangers? Your life sucks. Go away. Lord, if I offend these people, please help me because they be getting on my nerves. I'm sorry if I offended anybody with my comment I just said, but this is what I mean. Now y'all see why I used to be in trouble? Because it used to be way worse. And people would be... You said I drop them and stop them. Come on, because with it, it's too late in the night and early in the morning for stupid stuff. When does it end? Well, I guess I'm gonna go play my game. I was gonna try to come over here and it's only been 23 minutes. The day just started. I need everybody to put on their thinking caps. Come on, let's do it together. Everybody, grab your thinking hat, your thinking cap, your thinking scully. Whatever it is that you want to wear, it's fine. It can have cat ears on it if you feel like it. But we are going to pick those up in our hands and we are going to pull them down over our head, okay? Because it's too early in the morning or late at night. I just came over here to see what y'all doing. You got your thinking caps on, everybody. Make sure they're getting snug. So, we'll take a minute. Because oh, Lord Jesus. Mari, come get these people. Can you come get them, Mari? Auntie ain't even been on here 25 minutes. And I was going to talk about something, but now I can't even remember. It started off well, and then there are just a few people that, I don't know, in the middle of the night, they want to argue with strangers. And so, I don't know. My mood has changed a little bit. I'm going to try to bring this back up. But it's too late in the night to be arguing with folks. Or early in the morning, depending on where you went. I thought we was about to get into another good class, but, you know, folks seem like they want to come in and ruin another person's night or day. I don't know. It's both right now. I just got on. I didn't even get a good 11 minutes in. I came on smiling, and now I just want to punch the air. Like, it would be crazy. Anyway. Do y'all see why I don't go outside? Yes. But do y'all see why I don't go outside that much? Can y'all understand why I just I just rather not? Because I don't think people be using their mind. I don't know what they use, but they don't be using that. Like they just do whatever, say whatever. Just it's crazy to me. All right, y'all want to try this again? Let's try this again. So, how was y'all evening? I ate me some cake and some beans and some cornbread, baby. All I know is I woke up and it was about 3.5 hours later. I said, that's the sleep I needed. That's it. Good. Good, good, good. Listen, beans and cornbread, it's a thing. But I was not, and I would not eat beans and cornbread when I was little. I did not eat no soul food till I was probably about 19. Really, I wasn't messing with it. I didn't really care for it all that much. I'll eat sweet potatoes and maybe some dressing and some chicken, but all the extra stuff, I didn't eat greens when I was little. I wouldn't eat that. Like I don't know. I didn't want no soul food. And then I moved in my own house and I started making just some of them recipes. You know what I mean? But now, like if I'm missing my aunties or my grandma or my mama or somebody, like whatever they food was that make like comforted me, that's the food I'll have. And I'm kind of missing my auntie because she was like one of my best friends, like in my early 30s. And so I made some beans and cornbread. It did the job. Thank you, Annie, for teaching me how to make that. I appreciate you. Ooh, my dressing recipe is hers too. So, no, thank you. Mm. Moving on. Tell me something you learned about yourself this week. hmm Tell me something you learned about yourself this week. The temperature dropped outside too. Tell me. Do y'all think I'm mean? Mari, you work too much? Mm. Okay. I learned that I love helping others, especially psychologically. Pretty cool. Okay. A lot of people think I'm mean, and I don't think I'm mean. I think I'm just straight. Right. I think I'm just straight to it. Like, look here. I don't have time to waste. Okay. Now tell me something. I just had to get that out because sometimes I do be a little rough. I'm like a Brillo pad. you know, something. But sometimes you need a Brillo pad to get all the stuff that's stuck on and hard and resistant. You need one. I'm stronger than I thought I was. And no, you're not mean. Okay. What y'all got? What y'all learned about yourself this week? It's chilly. What y'all learn? I do fall short at times. We all do. That's what forgiveness is for. Hey, what y'all got? I need to gain more patience and not be so quick to catch an attitude or give up. Ooh, Lex, that's good. I wasn't spending my time correctly, especially when it came to God. And God uses people to show how much He cares. Yes, that's good. Learning to be less controlling. Woo, woo. You don't want to be a witch. I over explained myself. Okay. Nevertheless, I keep a spirit of repentance. Good job. I'm proud of y'all. I'm very proud of y'all. Because in our reality, I asked y'all to do a lot of things. And it's multiple things at a time. You are working on yourself. You are learning, several different things. And then whatever y'all already have going on in y'all own lives, I do be asking y'all to do a lot of things. You overthink things at times, okay? But do you understand why that's why journaling a lot will help with that? I used to do that a lot too. Stop being too nice to people that take advantage and saying no. Ooh, creating boundaries is an amazing thing. I don't have to over explain myself, and every reaction doesn't deserve a reaction from me. That's why I'll be like, please leave. I'll just ignore stuff that I don't want to, because if you don't give it any energy, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, what else is going on? What else y'all learn about yourself this week? Thank you. What else y'all learn? Because I know you didn't only learn one thing. Or what did you learn about people, should I say? I learned this weekend, no Thursday going into the weekend, to keep my mouth closed. Okay. Okay. What else? I'm learning to leave people where they are, where they're at, and give them to God. I've been journaling a lot today, not going to sacrifice my peace anymore. Ooh. I learned that transparency works wonders in relationships. Mr. Neil, I'm proud of you. Definitely helps with stress and anxiety. I have to let go and let God handle it. Uh-oh. Even if you're in fear, you got to just do it. And you see how he just takes it off of you? It's like once you do it, it's like, oh. Because that be a spirit of fear sitting on your shoulders. And it starts to weigh on you, and it's not a good feeling at all. And that's why I just be like, listen, I don't want to walk around with knots in my stomach. So I got to tell you this. I don't know how you're going to take it, but I still have to tell you. Right? Because the devil wants you to walk around stressed out, fearful, scary. He wants you to do that because then you're too grumpy to talk to people. You're too irritated. You're, on edge and all of these different things. And so you can't minister effectively if you're walking around like that. But y'all get to see people that feel like aggression is the only way to get people to do stuff. And yeah, I was joking with y'all, but I was actually telling y'all, we were laughing about it. But when I told y'all, when I started asking y'all to color or to paint, and I told y'all that when I worked in daycare, that is how I got kids that were new to the class to sit down. I would always do a coloring activity because you're just focused on what's right in front of you. You're not thinking about every single thing that's going on around you. When you're coloring, it's what's right in front of your face. You're thinking about the colors, you're thinking about your strokes. You are now calming your mind and really zoning out everything that's around you. Well, you know what that allows you to do? Think more clearly, right? And it's getting you to sit and think for 30 minutes to an hour at a time. Once you do that, you can sit for 30 minutes to an hour and write. Because it's the same, right? When you coloring, this is why I'm telling you, get some coloring books, Neil. Have you not seen my hot rods? Let me show you. They are so freaking cool. You just give me one moment. I'm going to show you what you get, and you will not have no problem. You give me one moment. Ooh. So, right? Got this at Target for $5. I'm an 80s kid, so yeah, I definitely needed this. This is my coloring box. You know, you can paint it into, make it look like whatever you want, you know? Primer it and get it all hot roddy or whatever. But all my markers are in here. Gel pens, actually. And, ooh, right? 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 And right. Right? So you sit there, you can let the kids be running around at the park. I mean, you gotta pay attention to the kids. You can't, well, maybe not the park, but you know. And then do stuff like this, right? That's pretty nice, isn't it? What y'all think? Y'all think that's too bad? What she say? I think that's not too bad. Some of them are falling out because I've had it for a long time. There's one. You know, you could do stuff like that. Right? For that. Right? And it's got the sparkles on it. Like, you can't see it because of light, but let me show you. Ooh, what you just said? You can see that sparkle, baby. You see it in the glitter in the paint. My brother does old school, so you know, you see it. You hear me? So you can sit there and just, it helps calm your mind a lot, especially when you like the leader or you gotta be the one. You know, look at it. Ish. What you didn't see? You see it. Flipping colors and stuff. You see it. So this is what I do. Get you some of these. They be $5. No, thank you. They be $5 at what's the name? Let's see. You get you some of these. They take forever. This to calm your mind. Trying to finish this. You see it? Y'all know I got a lot of coloring books and I wasn't, but those what's the names that I use? So get you some of this kind of stuff. I feel like I colored. I got a lot of these, so that might be the only one I colored in here. I feel like I colored another one, but maybe it's in the other book. I think that's what it is. Because y'all bought me a whole bunch of coloring books at one time, too, and I already had the other ones. But, like, right? This will take a while. It is not easy. You know? And I still ain't finished these. Right? I messed that one up, you can tell, but I didn't have a lot of flesh tone markers at that time, so. Harry Potter suitcase, right? Where did I get what? Thank you. So this, if you have a problem sitting still, this is a good thing to get for you, for the kids. I used to sit down. Some of them came from Dollar Tree, and a lot of them came out from Amazon. I don't think I've colored anything in this Black Panther one. I haven't. That's crazy. There's not one picture colored in there. Maybe I'll do that. Gotta get one in there. Yeah. So, yeah, you can get them everywhere. They have them at Walmart. Just look up adult coloring books, but you can go to Dollar Tree. You can go, they be having them at Five Below. They have them everywhere. They got coloring cookbooks. They got coloring everything. Yeah. And y'all know I got about 50 coloring books. It's a little one in here somewhere. I got coloring books everywhere. I love coloring books. When I can't think, that's what I do. But if you start doing that my whole point of telling y'all that was, if you can start coloring for 30 minutes, then you'll be able to journal for 30 minutes. You hear me? If you can sit and color or sit and draw for 30, you can journal for 30. But you started with just coloring, just sitting and coloring, or sitting and drawing or whatever. That'll also get you ready to sit for 30 minutes and read without being distracted. That one exercise sets you up for a couple different things. Can I ask you a question? Are some of you reading more than you did maybe prior coming to WOIU and reading for longer periods? I don't care if it's just definitions or whatever. Are y'all reading more? Yeah, much more. Anybody else? You reading more? Absolutely. Okay. See how it works? It's simple, right? You Because if the devil can keep you moving and moving and moving and keep your mind moving and moving and moving, you won't be able to focus on what's right in front of you. You won't be able to get it when God is sending you things. You'll miss it because you're moving so quickly. So those exercises of getting y'all to sit down and you read about 2 hours a day, usually not at all, once, and much more on specific days. Okay. This is the thing. There are stages to slowing down, right? There are stages to preparing your mind. You look at pictures, okay? Whatever it is that you do to sit down and calm your mind so that you can start to journal, you can start to form a plan. All of the coloring, reading, studying, journaling is on repeat, right? I bought my husband his first Bible for our 1 year anniversary. Now we study together. Come on, Miss Lisa. Ooh, right. You said sermons too, right? Well, I'm just thinking about being in your own thought process and getting ready to speak to God just in your own mind about the things that are going on in your life, right? Because if we're always taking in, we're not putting out. And journaling helps you do that. Coloring or expression helps you do that. I just put all the tabs in my Bible while I was honeymooning. Good job. I'm proud of you. Listen, this is the thing, y'all. God wants us to know. He wants us to be wise. He wants us to understand. Um, but most times we move in too fast or we're so focused on our goals that we don't hear what he has to say. But when things don't work out the way that we want them to, he's the first person we go to complain about what's not working, right? So if you can get to a point in your mind where before you make decisions, before you make all of these, rash decisions or erratic decisions, you just steal away for a minute. I don't care if it's going in your closet. I used to be in my closet all the time when I had all my kids and everybody was there. They teenagers, they got their boyfriends is over, and it would be people visiting, and I would just go sit in my closet with my journal, put my headphones on for about 15 minutes, and I would just listen. And I would have my journal on my lap, and whatever came to my mind, that's what I wrote. Because this is an important thing that every day, it's like journaling every day is helping you renew your mind every day. You get me? You hear me? When God says renewing your mind, well, if you're still holding on to the things that you were thinking about yesterday and you never got them out so that you could go back and think about them clearly, you ain't never thought about something in your mind, but when you said it out your mouth, it didn't sound the same, or it didn't come out the way you thought it needed to, and you're like, oh my God, that sounded so much better in my head, right? And then you have to apologize for being offensive or whatever it is. Well, sometimes even if you're going to go have a conversation with a person, if you write out what you think you want to say, by the time, especially to your spouse, if you get to the point where if you get to the point where you keep scratching out stuff, then that probably means you probably shouldn't say it. So it's not this. I might have thrown it away. I think I threw it away. So there was a yellow yeah. When I was married, I thought I must have thrown it away. Dog it. So when I was married, I bought me and my ex-husband one of these, right? His was yellow, but it looked exactly like this, right? You see it? It's got something on there, but whatever. Right? And so what I would do, because he knew I was going to get up and make coffee every morning, and we weren't able to talk. It was like we had zero communication. You know what I'm saying? It sucked. Right? So what I did, I went to Half Price Bookstore. I got two of these. I got him one, and I got one. And so issues that we wanted to talk about, that we couldn't have a verbal conversation, we would write back and forth. So like he had to be up at 2:30 in the morning or 1:30 in the morning, whatever time he had to be up. And at this time I was still getting up early, but not as early as him. So we left this down on by where I made my coffee, and he would have to write a note to me, right? And since I went to bed later than him, I had to write a note in there before I went to sleep so that he would see it in the morning when he got up, right? Also in there, before we started talking about the problem, we had to tell each other something that we were thankful, or for having them, or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, like an affirmation, like I'm grateful that you're my husband because blah blah blah, or you did a good job when you did this, blah blah blah. And then if there's a problem, you write it under there, right? Because I want to try to communicate with you however I can, and maybe you're not a verbal, maybe that feels like confrontation to you or whatever. So here, I think you're great, but these are the things that I feel like, we need to work on, or these are the issues that bother me or make me nervous, blah, 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 blah. And for a while it worked. And I feel like if you have a strong relationship, it will work. And it's reminding that person of why you love them, or why you're happy in their life. You hear me? You hear me? So my journal barely makes sense when I go back and read a bunch of random emotions and thoughts. It's okay, because it'll all make sense later. Oh, I have a ton of those. Yeah, yeah. Because then what this does, and they have to reply only in the book. Like if you write it in the book, the reply has to be in the book. Takes longer to write out what you want to say. And a lot of times, it'll hit you in your throat before you say something crazy. Because you'll start scratching stuff out like, no, that's too aggressive. Whereas if you just say it while you're in an argument, it might just come out because you're angry. But when you're writing, it's different. And by the time normally you get to the end of it, a lot of that fire is gone. Y'all hearing me? Yep. Takes longer to text. Takes longer than texting. So you're not going to be right in the emotion. Because you got to sit down and think about how you want to say it. Then you got to think about, first of all, before you start complaining about what they did, why you still love them. So this sets a, if the the people are willing to do it, it takes work. But it also reminds you why you chose them. And it also reminds them why they chose you. But it ain't like we ain't gonna have problems. This ain't perfect, so we need to just address these things. And if you can't talk about it, because then that allows y'all to see y'all growth too. Remember when we always used to have arguments about this and now we don't? Look, babe, remember you used to be mad? But y'all be able to have a physical representation of how your relationship has grown. You hear me? Your kids will be able to go back and read this and be like, dang, I didn't know mommy and daddy was going through that. As adults, they'll be able to say, dang, that's crazy because me and my wife going through that right now. Woo, woo, woo. You see what I'm saying? Because the devil is going to bring the same things that he brought to you, to your children, to their marriages, because he wants all of that to be a generational curse. So if you figure it out and you make it a record of it, well, guess what you get to set up for your babies for when you're not here? They can go and see how y'all worked it out and different techniques that you can use so that you can stop the generational curses that you want to stop. Because communication a lot of times is the main seed for that. People feel like they're not heard. People feel like the person doesn't understand. But a lot of times, most times when you're trying to tell a person something, you're telling them in frustration. So neither party is really listening. You hear me? Yeah. Y'all got me? This works for couples that's thinking about getting married too. It's a lot of things that I tried, but if a person is just not completely, they don't receive anything unless it's trash information, then it sucks for, you know what I mean? But if they're willing to work on it, this is a good thing to use. You can do this with your kids too. You can have a journal for each of them. And if you feel like you can't get through to them and you feel like they might not feel comfortable enough talking to you, this is a good way to do that. And you can't respond before they go to school or whatever. You have to wait until they come home. You don't get to ruin nobody's day, right? So it's like a mail system. If you feel like you can't talk to me, if there's something you need to say, and this is between me and you, not any of your other brothers and sisters, this is a way. If you can't talk to your kid or your teenager or your young adult or whatever that's living in your house, or her, I don't know if you live close to them or whatever, but that's another way to get, if they feel like they want to talk to you about something, but establish rules that it can't be while I'm at work, that or before I go to work, before you go to school. You want a person to have a good day. But this is, because you got to try as many different ways for communication as you can. Because the ultimate goal is to get to a solution. It don't always come the same way. And some people were not taught to communicate. So you have to find ways, you know what I'm saying, to so that you all can understand each other. To live in harmony, you have to understand the people around you. You don't got to like them, but you got to understand them. Especially if you want to be around them. Or you have to be around them. You did the same thing with your daughter. It's a real thing. Yeah. Got to be able to get some kind of communication going. I've been catching myself in mid conversation. Laugh a lot makes me smile. I'd be like, I see you working on me, God. Come on. Come on. Hey. Hey. So just find different you have to find different ways to communicate with folks. And it ain't easy. But it's worth the work, because once you figure it out with other people, you said, I do the same thing. I love it. Yeah, it's a real thing. If you can't talk to me, I need you to talk to me. However you gonna talk to me. But then guess what? When they write the problem, you don't always gonna go right back and say anything. You know what you can do before you respond? What's something that you could do before you respond? Pray. Because now you have a prayer request. Pray. They've already told you what the problem is with you and with them, where the disconnect is. So you pray and ask God how to help you solve the issue. If it's your issue, if it's their issue, you just got a prayer request. So now you know what to put on your prayer list for your family, for your marriage, for your friends, for your kids, whatever it is, whatever they write in there, that's the issue that you take to God. So now you're becoming an intercessor. Do y'all have prayer lists? Y'all do y'all prayer list? Not just a thank you list, your prayer list. Do you write people's names on your prayer list and ask God to bless them, even if you, whoever, your boss, ask God to help them with their life and to give them what they need? We definitely will pray. We definitely will pray. Definitely will. But do y'all have y'all prayer list of people you pray for before yourself? And not just the ones that got your blood running through their veins, but others? Because we got our thank you list, but you can have a prayer list too. The more people you pray for, the more people is praying for you. I just want you to know that. Okay. Yeah. The more people you pray for, the more people that's praying for you. And that's a reality. I'm gonna run to the restroom, y'all, and give me some water. I've used a prayer binder for others. Need to start back. Yeah, y'all don't think this world need prayer every day. Yeah. Y'all, I'm dissecting this uh Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power show, right? And it's really interesting. And I'm really trying to figure out what time period these people is living in and who from all of the books that, and I told y'all this. That's why it's taking me so long to watch it, because I keep falling asleep on it too. But I just keep seeing some very interesting things in here, and like my little antennas be going up, you know. So I said, well, it's a very interesting show, and I don't know, like it's a lot of stuff in there. I need y'all to watch my drink. I gotta run to the restroom. I'll be right back. I forgot to add G in there, the hallway. I skipped that one. When I was telling him to go down the hallways, I forgot G. It's okay. He probably passed it. He passed it. Oh, anyway, that show was very interesting to me, and I really like it because it's making me think about so many of the stories that I've read, even before now. You know, just different things that I've researched. I keep thinking, did y'all go watch Pan's Labyrinth? Did anybody get a chance to watch it? Did y'all pay attention to it? Did y'all find out where it's... Do you gotta pay for it? Because it seemed like every movie I asked y'all to watch, it'd be free at first. And then when I asked y'all to watch it, then they want to charge us. Hey. Oh, it's on Prime. They want you to pay for it. See, it's $3.99. Seriously. It's $3.99. But if y'all got the thing, then y'all can watch it for free, right? Y'all be having the things, so y'all can watch it for free. Oh, okay, cause ooh. Yeah, not that one. Not that one. Pan's Labyrinth, not the Labyrinth. It's a different show. We got the Labyrinth too. It's up. Isabel got me a copy of that movie. But Pan's Labyrinth is different. It came out in 2006. Pan's Labyrinth. Thank you, Isabel. Yeah, not the Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth. It's different. Okay, you good. Yeah, no, not that one. Not that one. But yeah, so if you guys get a chance, watch that. I might go watch it right now because there's a lot of stuff in there that is definitely different. It's interesting. Like I said, it's making me think about all the books that I read, and it's it's just amazing to see. No, no, Bonita. Mm-mm. It came out in 2006. It's a really good movie, though. It really is. And if you've been looking into mythology and kind of studying with us about the giants and stuff like that and the beings that they created, you'll see a lot of interesting things in there. I want some ice cream. I want some ice cream, but I want real ice cream. I might have to make some. I'm gonna make me some ice cream. That's what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna buy none. I'm gonna make some. Cause $8, I can go get me some cream. I already got some strawberries, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, it's a really good movie, and what the reason I was talking about that is in the Lord of the Rings show where the elves live or the elders, it kind of reminds me of something that I read in here, and I can't remember which uh, book that it's in. I want to say it's in like Enoch though. Or maybe it's not in Enoch. It's in, I can't remember which book it's in. gonna look at Enoch real quick. It might not even be in this book. Hold on, y'all. I think it's here. Oh no, it's right there. Whoa. Oh, yep. I think it's right here. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Can y'all go to page 130 in book 1? I need coffee too. Can y'all go to page 130 in book 1 if y'all got y'all books? Yeah. Hey. Y'all ready? Okay. Y'all see down at 18? Down at the bottom? Okay. Where it says, and those men took me up on their wings and placed me on the fifth heaven. And I saw there many innumerable armies called the Gregory. And their appearance was like the appearance of a human being, and their size was larger than that of, large giants. And I saw there many innumerable armies called the Gregory, and their appearance was like the appearance of a human being, and their size was larger than that of large giants. And their faces were dejected, and the silence of their mouths was perpetual. And there was no liturgy in the fifth heaven. And I said to the men who were with me, what is the explanation that these ones are so very dejected? I'm sorry, y'all. I don't got my glasses on. I need to charge my thing. Because these words is getting smaller and smaller. in this heaven. And those men answered me, these are the Grigori who turned aside from the Lord, 200 myriads, together with their prince Sataniel. Now, if Lucifer is the ruler of this world, right? Him and the fallen angels. If you think about the Lord of the Rings, the Ring of Power, it's like all these clans of ancient beings that have all of this knowledge. They like they live in the places that are kind of described about how the giants kind of lived up in the top of the mountains, or they lived on these floating islands, all these different things. And when I read about that, it makes me think about the beings that are in Lord of the Rings or even Pan's Labyrinth, that are in, they're able to communicate with our dimension, but they're older, they've lived a lot longer. Like, so when I read stuff like this, because a myriad, how many is in a myriad? What's the number for a myriad? Good morning. Anybody know? Y'all too sleepy to look it up? It says 200 is a myriad. Really? Because a myriad is more than a legion. Should be. It says 10,000 is a myriad. Because a legion is like 1 to 6,000. 10,000. So if Lucifer fell with 200 myriads, right? How many angels fell with him? And you got to think each one of those demons is over, could be 10 or 12 underneath them. We know this. God always just lists the heads. So if it was 200 myriads and a myriad is 10,000, right? We've established that a myriad is 10,000 and 200 myriads fell. So how many angels, or at least the leaders of the angels, fell with Lucifer? Because each demon can have 1,000 demons, 500, 300 underneath him. So, or five, they're commanders. God normally lists the head. Two million angels that all have somebody under them. Because we know one demon can have 40,000 demons under him, 7,000 demons under him. We know this. They always run in packs. The Bible even says, even if we just did one demon always brings 7, How if we, that's 14 million demons if one always have at least 7 other ones with them, isn't it? Because they never run by themselves. Even the Bible tells you when one spirit get in, how many more do it say it bring with them? Because it didn't say evil spirits. It said an evil spirit goes and roams and comes. It comes back to the house. And once it comes back to the house, okay, if he's already in there and it brings 7 with them, that's 8, right? 8 stronger demons than before. I mean 7. So then there's 8 of them in there. So if it says 200 myriads fall, there's 10,000 in a myriad, but we know each one of those brings 7 more with him, or he's the leader of at least 7, right? This is biblical. That one bring demon always gonna have another 7 that come with him. So God tells us that the leader is roaming, but once he finds a space, then the other ones come. Right? So if it was 200 myriads, we know that 2 million, those are the heads, but each one of those 2 million got 7 other ones that's coming once they get to where they're going. But if one demon can have 1,000 demons under him or 999 demons under him, this is why it says that God's armies are innumerable, because he always just gonna like list the heads. Just like we know that in Genesis, it tells us the kids they have, but they always just told like the oldest boy and the youngest boy, or whichever boys were is relevant. But we even know that David, they don't even list all his sons and daughters that he had. Solomon, they don't list all his daughters and sons that that they had. They don't list all of Adam and Eve's daughters. They just list the main ones in the character. It's the same. I mean, in the story, it's the same way like this. Good morning, right? So it could be upwards of 14 million demons or fallen angels that fell. Well, we know it's more than that, because we did the numbers in another place and it's over like 100 million or something like that. It's crazy. But that makes you think about, like I said, all of the movies where the demons come running out of the ground, these spirits that have been trapped in the underworld. Somebody unlocks something and they're out and they're unaliving humans and they're causing and wreaking havoc, right? But when you go and you look at Lord of the Rings, right, and all of these different movies, like when you read Enoch and different apocryphal literature, it's the stories that it's the rest of the Bible. That time when God said the world was wicked and it was so much darkness and magic. Well, we were watching it in these things, but we don't normally have anything to compare it to but the book that they wrote. But if you can go and study the scripture and look into mythology, you will see that this was going on prior to the flood, a lot of it. Because when I watch Pan's Labyrinth, when I'm watching this Lord of the Rings, it's mind-blowing to me that it's reminding me of Enoch. It's reminding me of the story about Jacob's ladder, how they be having the faces. It really is in this apocryphal literature. You hear me? So that's why I be interested even in what do you call it? Even in the show Evil, the symbols, and especially this last one, I'm like, oh my God, they're not even hiding it. Like if you've been watching Evil, they're not even hiding it. Y'all see that? They're not even hiding it. All of the stuff that we're reading about, the symbols, Rika. I said, oh. said, well, so that's why, like I said, reading about these beings and then watching the stuff that we watching, it's this. We're watching the Book of Enoch. We're watching all of these stories that we read about. Like literally, we are watching it. It's mind blowing to me. I just started watching the Evil series last night. Wow. And to think that you mentioned it tonight. Yeah. Yeah. I said, this is crazy. We live in this for real, in real life. Yes, right in plain sight. That's why it's probably the last season. Too much truth being told. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, when they made the show, a lot of people wasn't up on the game. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people said they watched it years ago. You hear me? But with that, how do I watch the Book of Enoch? I'm guessing on YouTube. I don't know. I've never watched it. But I think a lot of people said, you gonna become a WOIUer? Are you signing up? You'll need to go to CERCATROVA22.com. Go on and put your thing in there. Okay? I'm happy to see you come back today. High five. It's that CERCA juice. It's that CERCA juice. Ah! No, I'm just playing. Let me quit messing with y'all. You know it, nephew. You know it. Let me go make me some coffee, y'all. Do me a favor. Do me a favor and look up the Grigori. Even though we've researched them already, I need y'all to go look up the Grigori and see what information you can find about them. Now, go look up the Grigori. Do y'all know who Rod Parsley is? Y'all know who Rod Parsley is? Okay. 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 Yeah. He's a TV evangelist. So in like 2014, right? He was on 2013, 2014. No, it was 2014, 2015. He was preaching, right? My friend used to listen to him. And he was talking about the Gregorian calendar. And remember I talked to y'all about the celestial calendar? Y'all ever heard of the celestial calendar? It's the Gregorian calendar. And the Gregori are the angels. That's why they be trying to tell y'all it's Gregorian was a pope. No, the hell it's not. A celestial calendar is the Gregorian calendar. Because remember we talked about when the angels fell, they fell into time. Even though they are eternal beings and they are not made out of the same stuff that we are, when they fell, they left the infinite. And so then when they came down and they did all that they was doing, right, they started to have a time clock. They were not living in that infinite plane anymore. They had to come and live with us down here in time. Does that make sense? Even though they don't age like us, even though they don't age like us, they still live in time. We're made of dirt and they're made of the cosmos. Our body goes back to the earth, theirs doesn't. Because they weren't made from the earth. They were made from the same stuff that the cosmos was made from. Gotta go read Enoch for that, and it'll bust your head. They were made out of fire and light. Everything that the sun, they were made out of the same thing that the elements. That's how they're able to travel through space and don't need all the stuff that we're, because they're made out of the exact same thing. Just like we're made out of things from Earth because we live in this bubble and it allows us to breathe and not be in whatever. The angels were made prior to us, and they were made. I'm sure there's some sulfur somewhere in us, but no, you when you die, you go back to the dirt. You and I can blow you. I can blow you wherever I want to. I can spread you out over the ocean. You are not made out of what the angels are made out of. Your soul is made out of things that are similar to that, but no. No. Angels are made out of the cosmos. This is how they're able to this is how we're able to this is how they're able to transverse, go through the universe and be here and there and everywhere. We cannot do that. Like I said, I need y'all to go look up stuff on the Gregorian calendar. I'm gonna make me some coffee, okay? And then we'll finish reading what we're gonna read, and there's a couple other places we gonna go. All right. So y'all go study about the celestial calendars and look up some information about that. Look up the Grigori, and I'm gonna go and get me, okay? All right, I'll be right back. Crazy, man. People be crazy. They really do. They don't be having nothing else better to do. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. What y'all fam? I'm so glad I'm up late for once to catch one of these late night sessions. The Gregori are a mysterious order of angels created by God to shepherd the first human beings on earth. Uh-huh. Right. Right. Well, some of them did mate with women. It's okay. Remember, it's two sets of angels. There were still other Grigori in heaven. That's just the type of angels that they are. Right? Because why would God entrust the Grigori to watch over the wind? Right? It was just more Grigori. He sent, like, you get fired, so I'm going to send some more. And then they followed in their brother's footsteps. Mm-hmm. Remember, there was two sets of angels that we read about in Enoch. There's angels on the second floor, and it says those are the ones that fell away with their prince. And then the other ones that are in the fifth heaven are the ones that slept with the women and created the giants. Remember? Even in Enoch, we know that there's two sets. The ones that rebelled and had the war, and then the ones that were the watchers. Right? There's two sets. They all were just the same type of angel or the same group of angels, but there was more. That's why he said a third of all, all angels fell. It wasn't just the Grigori that fell. There were some cherubim, there were some other ones. But this is just the group, basically kind of what he called them. Did they show y'all pictures of what they could possibly look like? Did they give a description? Because we know in here it says that they were human. They were just bigger than the giants. Dragons pop up. Interesting. Who got the Book of Og? Who got the Book of Og? I don't know where mine is. I think it's in my room. No, I think I see it. Yep. Physically and spiritually gigantic with the appearance of humans but larger than giants. They are also said to have worn bodysuits of various colors and triangular helmets. Interesting. With a Cyclopean eye. Interesting. So some of them were cyclopses. Now, how tall were the giants? Again. And remember when I told y'all the Planet of the Apes, how their helmets looked? And our dragon siblings from Og. Remember? The dragon siblings that came from the east. And they lived way up in the what? Where'd they live? They lived in the mountains of the east, didn't they? Right. But we know angels can change their forms, right? Right? We know angels can change form. They're shapeshifters. They can be big or little. We know this. Right? Okay. So, if these angels, the Grigori, they looked like men, but they were larger than the giants. Who remembers the story of once the angels got the women pregnant, they said, wait here and we want to show you something. And when they went outside, their knees was taller than than the clouds. Remember? We talked about that. Right? We talked about that. So they look human and they can shapeshift just like the gods on Percy Jackson. Okay? Wasn't Poseidon massive and Zeus? They were huge. Didn't Percy, when he went up there to see Athena and them, he was only like this big? And they had to shrink down to come down to his size to talk to him, right? Or am I wrong? They were massive. And they look like what? Didn't they look human to you? No? But they look human. Just massive. So do you think that the Grigori were the fathers of those guys or some of those guys? Huh? The Grigori was in the Supernatural series? Interesting. Really? Y'all heard that? The Grigori was in the Supernatural series? I told y'all they've been playing in our face a long time, like the Enochian temples, the demon tablets, the angel tablets. They've been playing in our face. There's so much information in those shows. That's why I be hoping y'all be having a pencil and paper out, because I said you with fire on top of his head. Who? You talking about the one from the Hidden City that had the backwards feet that looked like Hades from Hercules? Oh, you said Buteta or Angel of Calculations. Interesting. Interesting. And we know that there's an evil spirit, a couple of them that, or fallen angel, or whatever you want to call them, or one of their kids. I mean, even think about what's his name. What was the white dude on a motorcycle with the burning hair? What's his name? With I can see Nicolas Cage. What was he called? What was his job? Was he like the Death Angel? Ghost Rider. But what was his job? Wasn't his head on fire too? Was he like the death? Excuse me. Was he like the Death Angel? What, I can't remember what Ghost Rider did. Was he justice? What did he do? Death was his job. Okay. So, getting people that were bad. Okay. 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 Has something to do with vengeance. Okay. So when y'all go and y'all watch all of these shows, this is why I be asking y'all to pay attention to like when we're even get your books out when you're reading like the book of Enoch, or ask God to, let you know which book you need, because a lot of our movies, a lot of the mystical movies that they make, a lot of our regular TV shows have a lot of this information in it. It's sitting right in our face. And because we just watch and we're not listening to the names, we're not looking up the names, I say this all the time. They be telling us, but because we don't know, they don't have to hide it. If more people knew what they were listening to, or at least what was going on, and they were familiar with the symbols or familiar with the names or looking at the places and trying to research those things, you would see that they're telling us history right in front of our face. Yeah, Ghost Rider nephew. With Nicolas Cage, right? So, is this? Come on. All right. And it says those men, so now we know that it was at least 2 million leaders of the Grigori, and similar to them are those who went down as prisoners in their train, who are in the second heaven, imprisoned in great darkness. And 3 of them descended to the earth from the Lord's throne onto the place of Hermon, and they broke the promise on the shoulder of Mount Hermon. And, excuse me, and they saw the daughters of men and how beautiful they were, and they took wives of themselves, and the earth was defiled by their deeds, who and the wives of the men created evil in the entire time of this age, acted lawlessly, and practiced miscegenation, and gave birth to giants and great monsters and great enmity. Who are the great monsters that they gave birth to? Because it says giants, but it also says monsters. Right, but it said giants. Look at, y'all reading that? It says they practiced miscegenation and gave birth to giants and great monsters. Who were the monsters? What were the monsters? The mixed species. What is miscegenation? Angels with animals. Remember now, what is the description of these angels? What does it say on the page before this? What did they look like? What did it say they look like on the page that we just read? What did the Grigori look like? And what was their size? We in book 1, Mari, on page 132 now. We was on 130. And now we on 132, but I do read 18, the bottom of 18, the bottom of page 130. Because it's every other page with this. Right, but what does it say that they look like? The Grigori. What's their description? They look like human beings, and they were larger than the large giants. So the Grigori looked like human beings, but they were larger than the largest giants. How tall were the giants? The largest giants. It gives us a measurement of their height in Enoch. Y'all remember? "450 feet tall." So the Grigori in their natural state were larger than the Nephilim or the Titans at that time, who were 450 feet tall. Can I ask you a question? On Percy Jackson, um, how big was the Minotaur? He could pick up a car and throw it like a toy car, couldn't he? How big was the Cyclops that they went to fight that was in there in the fun park? He was pretty big, right? What about the giant from Game of Thrones? Do you think he would fit that? You think he was probably one of the Gregorius children? Right? You see the size of the people compared to him? And he looked human, he just looked big, didn't he? He had the same body as the little people that was running around. He even had on their same clothes. He was just massive. And he wasn't no 10 feet tall. He was way taller than 10 feet, was he or was he not? That was not no 10-foot giant. Because he could pick up several men with his baton and swing 50, 60 men with his baton when he starts swinging his, didn't he? He could step on people. A 10-foot man can't step on a regular man and squish him. His foot is not going to smush him like he's an ant. Right. And the dinosaurs were their pets. Just like we got alligators, the dinosaurs were their pets. The super large snakes and all of that, because 450 feet tall is a lot. You hear me? But think about this though. If the Grigori were taller than the largest giants and they could shapeshift, right? Then now we know why they went into super large animals. So if they are taller than the giants, and the tallest giants were 450 feet tall, and they shrank down to go into a cow or shrank down to go into an alligator or whatever, just to put their seed in there, just like the human women that carry their babies, the womb is only going to hold so much. It's what it do when it get out. It's what it does when it gets out. So when you think about that, there were at least 14 million of these angels roaming around on the planet, practicing miscegenation, mixing angel with bird, with lizard, with lion, or going into the horses. We also know that all of these angels had tasks. They were either going to be the angel over agriculture, they were going to be the angel over the stars, the stellar orders, they were going to be the angel over the waters, they were going to be angels over the animals. And so if you look at it, there's a God for everything, right? And each one of those gods has a name, right? You said mammoths and dinos. What about the ox? Right. Have you seen the Minotaur? You see how they depict him looking big, buff? and they always got a deep voice with these massive horns coming out their head. They can shake the whole ground, right? If they running. Well, something that is taller than 450 foot tall going into a cow, end up having a seed. Could you imagine seeing a 450-foot cow? Who says they're extinct? There's dinosaurs in the Congo right now, and we've only discovered 40%, and even of the 40% that we've discovered, they only let us in about 15% of it. So who said they were extinct? The scientists? They not. There, a lot of them is in the Congo and in different places in the. You're right. They're all over the world. Right, but I'm saying, if these angels went, it says right here. Did y'all read it? I'm gonna put it over here so y'all can see it, just so y'all don't think that I'm making it up. You see that? It says, "Who and the wives of men created a great evil," right? In the entire time of this age, and acted lawlessly and practiced miscegenation and gave birth to giants and great monsters and great enmity. Interesting. The women gave birth to monsters. Not only the women, the cows too. You don't think that's crazy? You don't think it's crazy that they gave birth to great monsters? That's exactly where I was reading right now. Oh, I just went on and read it on there for you. Well, good, nephew. Well, good. Ain't that crazy? So look, hold on. So then when we go, always, because see, we didn't talk about this, but we always read it in the beginning on page 16, but there's more. It gets a little deeper. And now y'all see why this book is so important. But they weren't just human size, though. You get that? You got it, nephew. Anytime you need me, I'm here. Right? Would you not consider this a monster? This is the miscegenation that they were practicing. This is the animal kingdom. That's why they have real animal kingdom names. The lesser known species of the animal kingdom tells you the class, the order, the species. Interesting. Most definitely that would be. Come on. Come on, nephew. These were the monsters that were created. So if a man-looking angel went into a cow, if this angel, the Gregory, looks like a human, just bigger, and it mates with a cow, you don't think it'll make this? The Bible says that they ran into. It's called the Resurrectionists. They went into an elephant. You don't think this is what they would look like? Because it says the Gregory. Thank you, Pumpkin. That it says that the Gregory look like humans. They were just larger than the largest giants. But they can shapeshift because they're angelic beings. We know this. Okay? We know this. Miscegenation, the mixing of the species. They started playing. They made monsters in real life. All of it. Maybe the Clydesdale horses too. They told God how he made the animals was not good enough, and they started playing God and mixing species. They mixed heavenly species with earthly species, and they mixed up the animals as well. You don't think this pissed God off? You said they made a hell of a mess and did. All right. I be wanting to give y'all visuals as we going through here so you can know what was running around and why God was mad when he flooded the earth the last time. Interesting. Here we go. It says, and that is why God has judged them with great judgment, and they mourn their brothers, and they will be outraged on that great day of the Lord. And I said to the Gregory, I have seen your brothers and their deeds, and their torments, and their great prayers, and I have prayed for them, but the Lord has sentenced them under the earth until heaven and earth are ended forever. What's under the earth? No, hell is under God, Odell. What have we been finding out? If you watch Lord of the Rings, where do they live? And what is it called? Middle Earth? Ain't that where they said all inner Earth? Didn't they just find all these 200-foot sinkholes where there's whole rivers and 200-foot tall trees in right under our feet? We going in mountains thinking we walking over a solid mountain, and whole time it's a whole ecosystem and everything, animals in there and everything, with trees that's taller than the ones we have up here. Look up the sinkhole in Japan, and they're finding those everywhere. They didn't just find them in Japan. Under us is whole Middle Earth. I mean, they going in caves and finding whole what's the name's cities carved into the rock. Are y'all getting what I'm saying to y'all? These niggas been under our feet the whole time. They just was trapped in them. Now, what movie did they just make recently that played in our face telling us this exact same thing? We all just watched it recently. Y'all remember? Mm-mm. Y'all remember? We all just watched it. Think about what we talking about. Y'all don't remember? King Kong? Wasn't they coming in and out of the earth? Him and what's the name? They was going into a different dimension, wasn't they? And what was in there? All the stuff that was here before the flood, wasn't it? That's why I was asking y'all when y'all watched that. I'm like, are y'all paying attention? There was dinosaurs in there. It was talking. Well, no, they didn't talk, but they was, yeah. Oh, now y'all, all right. Now y'all picking up what I'm putting down. You picking it up. That's inside the earth in a dimension we can't get to. They had to go through some kind of electrical field type thing in order to get exactly. But those beings could go through the different 7 portals that was on the earth. Could they or could they not? The right vortexes. Okay. That's a trick question. Though we watch a lot of stuff. You know? But think about what we're talking about. We're talking about giant animals and monsters being on the inside of the earth, though. Y'all, y'all thinking about it? This is why certain caves and stuff is off limits. This is where certain bodies of water are off limits. They know what's there. Telling us without telling us. Yes, ma'am, Miss Chameleon. They have to. They've been telling us. See, there's a lot of people think that what we do over here is pointless. But they don't understand simplicity gets you a lot. Right? People be trying to talk over people's head, but we go space by space. We go word by word. And if you paying attention, you can see what's right in front of your face. Right? So we go to people like, oh, it's a TV show. To you, because you ain't read none of the books, to realize that they didn't gave you all the angel sigils, the demon angel sigils. They didn't told you how mental illness works. They didn't told you how, like, the show Evil. People think we shouldn't watch that. That show is helping so many people with mental illness. You would not believe it. People, their children are fighting mental illness. That show is helping people with certain addictions. Like, they're seeing how enemies work. They're seeing how, like, there's kids that have horrible night terrors. They're not having them anymore because the parents believe they're kids, that there's something in their room. It does. So now when y'all go back, like I said, and y'all read, right, when y'all read this about how these angels look, what they did, when you go and you watch TV, you'll hear their names. They put it in there all the time. Y'all seeing it? Like you said, with Supernatural, it's right there in our face. They really tell all the business in Supernatural. I'm surprised they let them even go that long, because they really be telling everything. All the real names, all the real symbols, all the real places. Interesting. This is why I be telling y'all, please don't rush. And if you and it shows that I be asking y'all to watch Charm too. Yep. 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 All of these shows. And people like, she got them watching. I got them understanding spiritual warfare for real. They can see how spirits be moving and possessing people and understanding the spiritual war we fight. Yeah. You see what I mean? If you don't know what you're looking at, you would think, oh, they just made this for the movie. But if you actually read and understand, oh no, this is the real name of a real evil spirit. I'll be right back. In real life, people don't believe, like, that's why I'll be like, I mean, you ain't gotta watch it. But if you want to try to understand, because I can let you watch it, and then we can talk about it, so you can have somewhat of a visual of what I'm trying to explain to you. It makes ministry a lot easier. I have a question. Even reading about the Gregory and then them making the large children, do you understand why God used 33,000 feet of water? Y'all get why God now needed to make 33,000? When I tell people, and I know when I first taught the class, people thought I was crazy, but now you understand why. There, because the pterodactyls was still here. They was hopping on pterodactyls thinking they was gonna fly to the highest points. They was using the dinosaurs to get them. Right. So now that first video I did when I was like 100 feet of water, we're on page 130 of book one. We're in Enoch. And we're reading about the angels that came down and made it with the women and the monsters they created. And how they, yeah, yeah, baby, they didn't turn into mer people. They slept with the fish. They slept with, I gotta get your screenshot fingers ready. I'm gonna show you something. Okay. I need you to screenshot these pages. Screenshot this one. The fall of the angels. And then right here, see? It says, and they began to sin against birds, wild beasts, reptiles, and fish. There's your mer people. There's your lizard folks and your dinosaurs. Here's all of your centaurs, minotaurs, and then harpies and stuff like that. And if you go back and look at it, the Bible says that these beings were the rulers, the kings, the conquerors, and the like, right? So if you look in ancient Egypt, and if you look in a lot of ancient if you look, it's a 2-book set. You can get it on Amazon for $48. And it has a lot of the lost books in it. We purchase this for people that cannot afford it. Don't want to buy it, but can't afford it. We do purchase it for people. You go to my website. But this right here shows you, see, they took wives, these are the fallen angels, and they gave birth to great giants whose heights were 300 cubits. That's 450 feet tall. And these giants consumed the produce of all the people until the people detested feeding them. So the giants turned against the people in order to eat them. And they began to sin against birds and so forth. And they drank blood and whatnot. You're welcome. Okay. So what we're reading goes along with Genesis 6. So that breaks it down. But if you go back to where we're at in Enoch 2, it's telling you the angels, it's telling you that they made monsters, it's telling you how tall the dads were. Now you know how a human woman, and remember, Eve Nim was not our size. Noah and his wife were 15 and 17 feet tall. They found their finger bones and different bones from their grave. So even Noah and his wife, Noah was 17 feet tall, and his wife, Namah, was 15 feet. So you have to think about something massive shrinking down, impregnating a 15-foot to 17-foot woman, right? But when the angels revealed themselves to the women, their knees were in the clouds. So yeah, they making a son or a daughter that's 450 feet tall. This is why every time they show us a giant, or even on the Smurfs, when Azrael was coming, which is the name of a fallen angel who taught the women magic, which is really, really crazy. But moving on, he was a whole wizard. They was telling us in the Smurfs. Azrael is one of the angels that fell, and they are the ones that taught the women the witchcrafts to become witches and teach their sons to be warlocks. And wasn't, when he came walking through there, he could smash their houses and everything, couldn't he? Couldn't he smash their houses, pick their whole house up and be looking at it? Right? Azrael is the ratio. Not Azrael, that's the cat. What's his name? Gargamel. Not Azrael. Excuse me, Gargamel. Gargamel is the ratio. Azrael was the cat. Gargamel is the ratio to humans that the Bible talks about when it said, I saw them as grasshoppers, and we looked to them as such. You hear me? Back to what I was saying. Gargamel is the ratio to the humans, the same ones that were in Numbers 13 and 33 when it says they saw the sons of Enoch and we look like grasshoppers to them and they see us as such. So if a human man of 17 feet looked like a grasshopper to these beings and they are 450 feet tall, that's the ratio. But then how big were their dads? Their dads were the size of, it was a reason I randomly woke up and was about to watch the class from last night. Oh, good morning. It's tripping me out that y'all up. Hey, baby. So, with that, when we go and we read about the angels just destroying the earth, the wickedness that was here, the spirit of darkness, now you understand why God had to make the laws about not drinking blood and eating hooved animals. You getting me? Because a centaur and a minotaur are hooved animals, but they're also magical beings. We learned about why the people in the Caribbean won't eat fish without the head on it, or they have to see it and cut the head off themselves, because they talk about people being served mermaids and how it changes you. We got some Caribbean folks in here, grandmas done told them that. You don't know if you eating the bottom half of a mermaid, right? And even our tuna is mermaid of the sea. We know that. It don't say tuna. It say mermaid of the sea. Well, is we eating mermaid or is we eating tuna? And we didn't see all the videos where they didn't pick one up in the net along with the fish. And you see the webbed hands and all of that. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. No. But they slept with the fish. So the bottom half of that person is fish. They're all over the internet. That was before TikTok and YouTube. You could see those. When it was just regular, like, well, not maybe YouTube, but them videos been on YouTube forever. That they, with the fish and over in China and different places, when they pull up them big old nets with all them fish in them, you can see hands. And did you know that in 1990? You guys, we have real footage coming out from the beach. You see it? You saw it? They were scared. They threw it back. Mermaid caught it in net. And these are Asian people. Y'all saw it? And that ain't the only one. It's the other ones too, where they didn't caught something like that and they tried to hurry up and throw it back, or it scared the hell out of the people. So if they cut the half of that body off, you wouldn't know, because the bottom half of that person is a fish, a regular fish. Just like the mermaid video in Africa. They didn't took it off. Not that they didn't took it off. No way. I don't know if you remember. Did you know that? Yeah. I don't know. No, they didn't. Hold on. Y'all remember how that was all over the internet? Yes. Wow. This young mermaid. They sure did. I was taking a video. Let me see something. African mermaids. Oh. Real mermaids. Y'all, they took it out. This happened. They scrubbed it. They sure did. I'm gonna see something. Girl. Y'all. Y'all. Yeah. Here it go.
So apparently there was this mermaid that real mermaid, demon or fake. So apparently there was this demonic expression called real mermaid, demon or fake.
Look up at the top. Look at his Adidas sandals.
So apparently there was this mermaid that was recent.
You mean to tell me if they chopped the top of that off, you wouldn't? Yeah. And think about when these mermaids were made. They were made in the beginning of time when everybody was still in Africa. It was only the seventh generation from Adam. Do you hear me? People's like, that's weave. No, you're an idiot.
So apparently there was this mermaid that was recently found in Africa. Was
You wouldn't know. If that body was chopped off at the top, you would not know that that wasn't a regular fish. You wouldn't know. So when we go and we look at this, the animals of the lesser animals of the animal kingdom, I ask y'all, how do they know about all of this? How do they know where all of this goes if they never seen it? This is why they be in that marine biology. I said this is very detailed to be making it up and never seeing it. And you can tell me where all the bones go, all of the ligaments, all the tendons. You can show me the muscular structure of this thing, and you never seen it. Don't that look like the bottom of that person that we just seen? Ain't that where them fins is at the top on the waist? Now these ain't there, but those was. There's no boobs because they don't breastfeed. If you look on that being, there's no nipples. Believe me, I studied it because I said, this is crazy. And then I looked. Even the rib cage is different from our rib cage. If you look at the rib, if you find the original video of that, and you look at the rib cage, it don't look like our rib cage. It looks different. So when it says in Enoch that they went into the fish, that's what they got. There's a lot of those around Catalina Island. That's why some spots we can't explore. Okay. Aquaman is real. And there is a marine kingdom exactly like all of the island people talk about. And there is a kingdom under there where you can breathe air. They showed us in Aquaman. The humans can breathe air under there. They keep them trapped. They don't let them go back to their families. All kinds of stuff. What book is what? The Resurrectionist. It's called The Resurrectionist. Mm-hmm. So that's why when we're reading stuff like this, it's very important. And this is why I be wanting y'all to go. And I'm sorry, I know that's backwards. Even on Black Panther. Exactly. Oh, yeah. Black Panther is... okay. Y'all realize that the fallen angels came and gave men technology that God didn't want them to have. So anytime you're watching anything about Marvel, DC Comics, and all of that, you're watching about the children of the angels. They just take the stories and make them more modern, but it's really the old hero tales. They've just ramped them up. Because a lot of times their name and their symbols are the names of these angels' children. And these are the people as to why the earth had to be destroyed first. The first time. And a lot of their names and symbols are on stuff right now. So I ain't about to be on here long. I'm about to go get in my bed. I just really came on here to see what y'all was doing. And it's already 3 o'clock. And I know as long as I'll stay on here, y'all will stay on here. So I'm not going to keep y'all up. I already charged my game. My remote control thing. So that I can... What is it? My controller. So that I can go play my game. I'm about to go either play Harry Potter or Gods of War. I haven't figured it out yet. One of them. Maybe Spider-Man. I don't know. We're going to see. So, I'll see y'all later on tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see how this works out. Because I kind of feel good taking a break today. I got some stuff done. My friend's grandpa was the writer for Marvel that passed away. I wonder if he knows about this. Of course, they read all of these old books. Remember what I told you about this? Remember this book? You're welcome. The Order of the Golden Quill. That's the award that the writers in Hollywood get, and it's a real thing. See, the Order of a Golden Quill. It says, although we know of the secret folk, giants, elves, dwarves, fairies, and merfolk, and all those races now spoken of in whispers, of whom little is known, would be lost in the distractions in the modern world were it not for the Order of the Golden Quills, the archivists, scribes, and lore wardens, right? And guardians of this long forgotten knowledge. Okay, so if you go look up the Order of the Golden Quill or the Golden Quill Award, it's for the writers of Hollywood. And what do they write about? Giants and fairies and magicians and the old stuff. They tell you. They put it right in your face. Go look up the Golden Quill Award. It's for the writers of all of the stuff that we read about. They got the books. Mm-hmm. They got the old manuscripts, and so they sell it to us like it's not history, but it really is. But if you go look up the Order of the Golden Quill, they're the people that write all of the Percy Jackson, Harry Potter. You know, this is the awards, and they're the ones telling us about how it was prior to the flood, and then even after. And what is it about? Giants, monsters, dragons, witches, warlocks, fairies, and the whole nine. So yeah, they know. Ain't that interesting? It's very interesting that they get that award. It's actually a secret society. Like the Illuminati, it's actually a secret society. And they have access to vaults of old books and old manuscripts that make the hair on my body stand up because I wish I could get in there and read them. God be giving me mine, but I wish I could get to theirs. You're welcome. Yes, they're here now, Fred. The Bible says there was giants before the flood and after. The earth hasn't been destroyed since the flood, so where did they go? Just like there's dinosaurs in Africa. They've been over there. And all of the paleontologists and stuff know it because they've written whole books about it. See? Lou Jacobs reopened paleontologists' eyes to the African continent when he uncovered a major fossil site in the hills of Malawi in the 1980s. Interesting. They've been in the Congo for a long time. That's why they're burning the Congo down now because they want to get to it. Yeah, they still here. Yep, they are still here. And plenty of African tribes say that they still exist. They have to feed them goats and stuff to keep them from coming up out the water and coming in. Like, you can go research that stuff. Is on YouTube. It's been there for years too. That's not new. There are doctors, Fred, that you can go. There was an African doctor in the 80s, and there's tribes right now in the Congo and different places. You can go and watch them. They're up to date documentaries that people is living right now, that have seen them. Yes. You think they just made Jurassic Park from nowhere? No, they've seen them. Right. So, yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I mean, this is the thing. If you open your eyes you can see a lot more. But most people are walking around and they don't believe nothing. So okay, well you good. Um, so with that, if you open your eyes, because that's the thing, people are like, well, I don't know about it. Well, do you really want to know, or do you already have your preconceived notion of what it is, and then, well, God ain't gonna make you, um, He's not gonna make you see it. If you don't want it, He's not gonna give it to you. But I want it. I want all of His mysteries, and so then He's led me to tons of them, more than I can even count. Right? Because it's not just this book that I'm reading from. I can take you to several different books and show you where even uh, there are, we know about the Amorites. We know about the Amorites from the Bible, and there's a dinosaur called the Amorite. It's an extra large seashell looking thing, right? And it says that the angels went into the fish and the sea animals. Okay, well, if you look up the Amorites, they are sea gods, a lot of them. They were the seafaring people, right? And the shell that the girl wears on Moana looks exactly like their tails. So, and old boy from Moana was a shapeshifter. He was a god that could shapeshift into a bug, a whale, a this, a that, a blah blah blah. So they be putting it right in your face. They were able to do the same thing, shapeshift, because Job's brother Nereus was a sea god. Job from the Bible. His daughters are the Nereids. So, mm-hmm. So there's that. Yep. So I love y'all. I'm about to go eat me some cake and get in the bed. Mm-hmm. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later on, maybe. Mm-hmm. We on super late. I'm about to go sleep. Yeah. I knew you was about to say something, Murray. Be quiet. And is. And I did exactly what I told you I was gonna do, and I'm about to do it again. Cause remember I told you about 4. Well, I did real good. I only ate half and half, so I still got 3 left. So I'm about to hit the last of that. Yep. I'm about to hit the last of that carrot, and then I'm gonna go in there and get some of that lemon and chocolate. You see what I'm saying? Well, I already got my controller charged up, so I'm about to go sit and eat cake and play my game. That's what I'm about to do. I love y'all. I want some cheesecake and cookies. I got both of those in the freezer. I mean, I got cheesecake in the refrigerator and cookies. And do. It's all in here. It's in here. Y'all too. I love y'all. All the snacks. Y'all know we got all the snacks. So I'll see y'all later.